Nice to see you again, and congrats on your latest drop of Uncommon James. Tell us about this new collection.
Well, thank you. The winter collection is really trend focused. So you're going to see a lot of mixed metals. So we have necklaces that half of it is silver and half of it is gold. We also have mixed chains. So it'll be one chain on one side and one on the other side. So, which I love because I don't like anything too perfect. So I love imbalance. That's why I love balancing masculine details with feminine details. We have a whole white enameled heart series, which is this necklace that I have on. And this actually is an update to a bestseller that we had. We had black enamel hearts about a year and a half ago. And so we have a whole white story. And then because it's holiday season, we have some really fun party earrings and just some fun, more glitzy and glamorous jewelry than we would in any other collection, just because holiday season, I think we all want a little sparkle.
I love it. And you said that it's going to be very trendy. I mean, all of your jewelry is very trendy. It's the hot thing to have. Yeah. But with this this latest drop, did you have some sort of inspiration behind it?
For this one, holiday is really interesting for me because what I really do look at is, with every collection, I look at the trend forecast. I do want to see what's going on out there in the world. But then holiday, it's more like I think of holiday parties, and especially I think this year too, because the last 2 years, we weren't really able to go to a lot of holiday parties. So I do feel like now everyone is really excited to get back out there. So just getting back out there, putting on these fun outfits, being with your girlfriends, being out in the world is really just what inspired me, because I feel like everyone is just itching to get back out there.
We all need some great party earrings to make up for last year, basically.
Exactly. We're coming out guns a-blazing because we're making up for 2 years, actually. Well, no, I guess you're right. Just last year.
Just last year. But honestly, it feels like 2 years. It feels like 3 years.
Feels like two.
Seriously. And we're getting towards 2022, which I cannot believe, but your business is already so successful. But do you have any goals for the next year with Uncommon James?
Really, the one thing that we're going to be focusing on is just opening up 2 more brick and mortars. So we're going to open up Charleston in the spring, and then I think Austin in the fall. And that's it for 2022. I shouldn't say that's it. We have 2 more drops for the skincare line, Uncommon Beauty. So we're following up with some products that are a little bit more fun, like a natural alternative to a Retin-A, some eye patches, things like that. So products that are very much part of the routine, maybe just not every day. But then beyond that, I don't have any plans to do anything else. I really just want to focus on what we're doing, do them really well, and call it a day. I'm very happy with where my work-life balance is at the moment. So I'm trying to keep it that way.
Which is very smart. I feel like the one thing the pandemic has taught me is I need to know how to balance things better.
Yeah, we all do.
And we were just talking about goals. Do you have any personal goals set for 2022? I know it's that time of year again where it's like, resolution. Oh. I don't know if you're that kind of person that does resolutions every year, or you're like, I'm not even trying.
I don't, because when I did, I never followed through with them. And I just feel like I'm setting myself up for failure. But to be honest, I haven't even thought about that. I do every December, January, write down my goals for the year. So I will do that. But, I think health is always a huge goal of mine for my kids and I. Obviously I have goals for Uncommon James. I just want to keep growing and scaling the company. But I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm in a really good place. So if 2022 could just continue to be how it is now, I would be a happy camper.
That's great to hear. That is great to hear. And of course, Thanksgiving is right around the corner. Do you have any plans for that?
Yes. I'm hosting, which I love. I love being at my house. My mom is coming in. I have some friends coming over. I'll have the kids. So I'm going to be doing all of the cooking, and I'm going to make my mom help me. I'm going to hopefully make my kids help. But yeah, I'm excited. It'll be small, which is nice. And I just love being at my house. I love entertaining. So I'm excited.
That's going to be so fun. And your kids, they're so cute. They're so cute. And I feel like they're getting so old. I don't know. I mean, as a fan, I see your Instagram and I'm like, how are they already? They're growing up.
They're huge. I know, it's crazy. Yeah, they're 9, 7, and my daughter turns 6 on Tuesday, a week from tomorrow. My baby is 6. It's really wild. It goes so fast. And I know, when they're little, everyone always tells you, enjoy this moment because it goes so quickly. And when you're in the moment, it's hard to really just take it all in. I think with each kid, you realize how quickly it does go. So with each one, you do try to enjoy it a little bit more, and you realize that everything is a phase, everything is temporary. But yeah, I mean, it goes in the blink of an eye, and it actually makes me really sad. My oldest is 9. I'm like, I don't know how that happened.
It's so
It's
crazy.
But they're really great. Like, we're in a good phase right now. They're I don't want to say they're easy, because I actually think that they're fighting. They fight a lot, and that's not easy. But just like the day to day is way easier because they're little people now. I mean, I don't have to get them dressed every morning. I don't have to brush their teeth for them. They're gaining a lot of independence with their age, and that is nice. So I just feel like we're in a really fun phase right now.
Honestly, how do you juggle it all? I know we were just talking about like personal life balance, work life balance, but you seem just busy all the time. And then 3 little ones.
I mean, I don't think my life is as crazy as people may think, but I have figured out a good balance, I will say. And luckily during the pandemic, like in the height of the pandemic, I hired a C-suite level at Uncommon James, and they have taken a lot off of my plate so that I'm able to work on a new cookbook. That's what I've been doing for the last few months. And I just go into the office on Tuesdays, and I wouldn't have been able to do that before. And so it's about hiring the right people, realizing that balance changes day to day. It's different for everybody. I know what I need in order to feel balanced. And a large part of that is alone time. That's how I recharge my batteries. I'm more of a homebody. I'm not really going to dinners and going out and seeing friends all the time. I would rather just be at home. And so I've just learned with age that that's really what is the most important thing to me.
And then before I let you go, we want to do a little fashion flashback with you because you are a fashion icon. You have so many good looks.
I don't know about that, but
you are. So we want to just look at some favorites of ours. So here's the first one. This is like
wow, the Emmys.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. I don't do a lot of color normally. Especially if you were to go into my closet, I'm all neutrals, but that's the fun thing about going to these award shows and working with a stylist. They push you outside of your comfort zone. So that was I'd say a risk for me, but I loved it. I felt like sunshine, and I did like that dress a lot. I really loved the cut, the silhouette of it. I thought it was sexy but structured. It's very me. So that was a great dress.
And then this one, I think this was in the same award season. You really had a great award season.
Thanks. That is so different than anything I've ever worn. And I think that was part of the conversation. Let's take a risk. Let's do something really different. To be honest, that's not my favorite look. And I don't know today if I would do that. It's very J-Lo to me, which I love, but I'm not that. Like, she pulls off, I don't even want to compare myself. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not my style. I think it's so much better on other people. It's just not me, I guess, is what it is. But it was, again, that's part of the fun of these award shows and being able to play dress up essentially is trying new things. Maybe you love it, maybe you don't, and that's okay.
I mean, you still rocked it though. You really did.
Thank you.
And then this one we had to pull out of the vault. This is from 2004.
That was the first press photo I had ever taken. And, I will say, listen, for being 17 years old, not the worst outfit. I'm okay with it. I stand by it. I mean, maybe my hair and my makeup could have used some love, but that's all part of being a kid.
And the low-rise jeans, they're like kind of coming back, which I'm very scared about.
I don't like them. I'm more high-rise these days.
More high-rise. When you see that photo, what do you like? What's the first thing that comes to your mind about the times when, it was your first press picture ever?
Yeah, it's pretty wild for me to think about because there's such an innocence there before, I think that was before the first episode had ever even aired of Laguna Beach. And so it's just, that was the time in my life right before everything changed. And And yeah, there's just a real innocence there, which is, it's just interesting to look back on.